This is a flat-out invasion.
You have a group of people that are invading the U.S. border.
It's the illegal invasion.
That's an invasion.
It is an invasion.
Well, this is an invasion.
When you have over 110,000 people coming a month, over 1 million last year, and then well over 1 million this year, if you use the term as an invasion, it's a fact.
Statistics can't tell you the story of immigration. Only people do. There are countless reasons why millions of immigrant families are pushed out of their countries every single year. Here are mine. My name is Saron, and I'm an immigrant born and raised in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. For reference, here's what my country looks like. Beautiful, right? But it also looks like this, and also this. Notice the stark difference? This leads me to reason number 1, escaping poverty. The financial assets you hold directly determine which Ethiopia you'll see. For if you live with wealth in a developing country, the constantly rising extreme economic inequality ensures that you live a luxurious life, more comfortable than even most people in developed nations. If you don't have much wealth, however, you're destined to live a life of poverty. 26.4 million Ethiopians earn less than $2 a day. This is well under the cutoff for extreme poverty by the standards of the UN. And it really isn't for lack of trying. The country has struggled to address the skill mismatch between university graduates and employers, just as the private sectors have struggled to create jobs and increase wages to keep up with the influx of graduates. Only a few have access to the gateway out of poverty, those exceptionally gifted in STEM fields, those with familial wealth, and those who are willing to stain their morals for power. When these gateways seem impossible to reach, you have no choice but to find another way out. I asked my mother when the thought of migrating hit her for the first time. She recounted a time working as a manager at a loan office of a private bank. Working for the bank, she noticed that certain individuals who didn't qualify for loans kept getting substantial amounts of money from the bank. She brought the issue to her higher-ups and was told to turn a blind eye to the situation. She told me she was given an ultimatum that threatened her job. She said to me, "ለተሻለ ሕይወት ሲሉ ልጆች እምነታቸውን እንዲሰዉ አልፈቅድም. I can't let my children sacrifice their moral beliefs for a chance at a better life." This leads me to reason number 2, educational opportunities. If I were to choose one word to describe the Ethiopian education system, I feel the word uncreative would be a great choice. The system prioritizes memorization and halts the creativity of its students. From the moment I entered school at the age of 3, my classmates and I were ranked by our grades. It makes absolutely no sense to rank children by their ability to recite the alphabet. And yet this was a normal practice. The top rankers are empowered to perform better year after year, while the students ranked last are blinded from their potential. Limited resources seize the practical application of theories. A chemistry student can easily go through high school, even college, without stepping foot in a laboratory. Only after I moved to the US did I realize the evident flaw in the system back home. Education is more than a perfect score on a test. It is understanding that ideas when combined create exponential possibilities. The United States offers an abundance of possibilities not only for individual advancement, but also for obtaining an education that can be tailored to a student's need and ambition. Third reason, avoiding conflict. Over the past few decades, Ethiopia has been subject to a lot of ethnic-based violence. This violence is ignited by a dysfunctional government that is not transparent to its people. Over the past few years, this conflict has escalated. Many have died and have been imprisoned simply for their race or their political views. Ethnic conflict has led to the killings of many children and elderly in ways that I can't even speak of. Have you ever felt this genuine fear for your life? You see, there are 2 major points often ignored by those who view immigrants as invaders. The first is that immigrants are not running to this country, but they're running away from their countries. As humans, we have survival instincts. The purpose of our presence isn't to steal the resources of native-born Americans in this nation. In fact, the opposite is true. We're extremely grateful for feeling safe in a country that isn't our own. We hope to repay the kindness of our welcome. The second point, often forgotten, is coming to this country is not the easy way out. This narrative has to change. For instance, my parents had to sacrifice everything to be here today, to give their children a better future. Was it worth it? Was leaving my grandparents behind with no certainty of when we'll meet again worth it? Is the stress we continue to experience around our immigration worth it? Is dealing with the persistent racism that's an endemic part of American society worth it? All these questions are constantly in my head. Although I can't answer them just yet, I know one thing for sure. When a sacrifice is made on my behalf, settling for less than what's possible is unacceptable.